Time for another episode of In the Kitchen with Fred. This week, the Olympics are going on in Tokyo. And so, in solidarity with all those athletes, I also am working out like an athlete. And by working out with an athlete, what I mean is I ran up and down the hill 2 times. So now I can make a smoothie. I'm going to show you how I make a smoothie. I am not a nutritionist. I don't know if this is actually good for you or not. But at the end of the day, I think it's really delicious. Some of you will not like it. That's fine. Make your own smoothie. Let's get started. First thing I do is, here's a nice thing about smoothies. You can make smoothies with a bunch of vegetables. And then, like my buddy Timmy, who doesn't like to eat his vegetables, you can kind of smother them in a smoothie and you feel good. Starting with some sort of leaf. I use spinach or kale. I don't have any kale, so today we're using spinach. The next thing, this is going to blow some of your mind for a smoothie, but it's actually really good. Jalapeno. Let me get a knife and a spoon. So this is what I do. I cut the top off the jalapeno, and then I cut it in half. Try not to cut your fingers. And then I take the spoon and I scrape the seeds out. The reason I do that is I don't like it that spicy. You can leave those in there and it'll be a nice and spicy smoothie. Even without the seeds, you'll still get a little bit of heat, but not too much. I'm down to my last jalapeno. So this one's getting kind of funky looking. I'm just gonna cut it up and throw it in there too. 2 jalapenos, the double jalapeno, because it's Friday. All right, scrape out those seeds, throw those in there, and boom. Next thing I like is honey. I like things that are sweet, so add a little bit of honey in there. Come on, honey. Getting down to the bottom of the, that's a funny noise. All right, so we got some honey in there. Now the other thing you'll notice is the bottom of this blender, it gets pretty dry and there's not a lot, you need some fluid down in there. You can put orange juice, apple juice, coconut water. Sometimes I just use blue Gatorade. I don't know if that's good for you, but athletes drink it. So, well, bam. Here's another one that'll blow your mind. Put a beet in there. Why? Because a lot of you don't like to eat the beets, but these beets are by Dre, so they're really good. And next, these are plums. About a year ago, I had a plum tree, and it grew a bunch of plums, and I cut them up and froze them. These are the last of them. I like to break them up, drop them in there. So now you have a little bit of orange colored stuff. I don't know what type of plums they are, but they're delicious. What else do we need in this thing? Oh, I know what we need. We need some berries. If you're lucky enough that you can live somewhere that has berries growing outside, you can go out and pick those. I just go by like frozen berries. This is a medley of raspberries, blueberries, huckleberries, chuckleberries. Just put them all in there. They'll all mix up and be delicious. Oh, and here's a little trick. After you've used some of the bag, grab a clothespin and stick it on there, and now you can put the bag back in the freezer. Speaking of freezer, in my freezer I had a couple frozen bananas because I got some bananas and they were starting to get a little bit too ripe, and before they go too bad, I skinned them and threw them in the freezer, and now they're perfect for a smoothie. All right, we got all that stuff. Oh, don't forget, one of my favorites, peanut butter. It's usually smart to put the peanut butter down on the bottom, and it's always kind of a mess to get the peanut butter off of the spatula into the smoothie, but I'll tell you why. You want it down on the bottom so that when you are pressing down in there to try and get everything to mix up, it's already in there. You can hear Baxter barking. He's already excited for Smoothy Friday. Okay, what else do we need? I'm gonna take a little bit more spinach, put that up here on top to kind of sandwich on top of that peanut butter. And you know what? I think we're good. Let's grab the blender. I'm sure there's lots of really good smoothie making blenders out there. I just have this old blender. You notice how it mixes up the bottom, it doesn't mix up the top? So sometimes what you need to do is grab your spatula, kind of push everything down in there. It's best to do this without the blender running. Otherwise, you can shoot smoothie up onto the ceiling. That'll really make your mom, wife, girlfriend, housemate, roommate, whatever. Now it's working. We're getting there. Starting to turn into a smoothie. Notice how it's all types of... Oh. All right, we mixed it up pretty good, but there's still a bunch of hard stuff on top. Now you get in there, you flip all that hard stuff over like the Titanic hitting an iceberg. Mix it all down in there. Put the lid back on. Oh yeah. A few more times. See, those bananas are they're floating up to the top. You want everything super mushy, and you'll know when it's all mixed up because the smoothie will just start circulating like a tidal wave almost. You can kind of see how it mixes and then it stops and then it drops in there. Now if you're a real athlete, you'd probably put in like protein powders and energy equalizers and all types of, you know, athlete stuff. Foot spray, whatever else athletes put in there. But not me. Let's get it all mixed down in there. As I mix it up, I can still see pieces of spinach and everything else. But look at that, it's starting to get into serious smoothie consistency. Might actually need a little bit more blue Gatorade. I know. That seems really gross to all you health freaks. Come on, smoothie! Man, it's fighting me today. Smoothie Friday is not going so smooth. But I think we're just about there. It has the consistency of a milkshake, made out of vegetables and a few other things that are delicious, like fruits, peanut butter. Here's the other thing. While this is running, it's a good time to grab all the leftovers, all the leftover spinach, berries, peanut butter, bananas, put all that stuff back in the freezer. I think we're done. Nice and rich smoothie. Oh yeah. It has like, you can taste the peanut butter, you can taste the berries, you can feel just the hint of the heat of the jalapeno. That's a huge smoothie. I don't even know how many gallons that is, probably 30. But here's to you, athletes over there in Tokyo, winning gold medals, bronzes and silvers, and to all my fans and everybody else at home, cheering them on. Sit down with a nice big smoothie and give them a high five. That's it for this In the Kitchen with Fred. Kind of ran a little bit long. Maybe I'll edit it down. See you guys next time.